it's me, John Billington, and today we are talking about the 22 The Making. Now, my cartoon series is really popular. Well, kind of popular with I made 3 movies. It's, oh my goodness. I wish I haven't started making 3 movies, but yes, but you want to know the behind the scenes of the making. First of all, the cartoon is digital animation, not physical, digital. Because now modern day animation is now digital. Olden days, like the 1930s, have the physical animation like cellular sheets and paper. Now it's all done on Flipperclip. Is an animation app you can find on an iPad or App Store, any other store you can not mostly find it. And yeah, the pilot is Lost Media, but that's another video on my YouTube channel. And also, listen. Also, the first episode called Garnet is 1 second longer, something really short. Now, this was my original ideas for episode, short episodes of something like, what's happening, but instead, episode 2 came along, Finn's boss. Introduce Finn's boss, aka Bob 11, out in our universe. Trust me, if you carry on seeing the TV show, you must know. And I made this scene for 1 hour long of Finn's boss yelling at Finn. For 1 hour long. That's the whole cartoon. And I just let's upload that to YouTube and boom, sakalaka. That's episode 2, aka bowling, which didn't go bowling. And why? I don't know. They didn't go bowling, and they never bowled in the first place. And then after that, well, you heard of Stranger Things, right? I made a parody called 22 Things as the Halloween special episode. Now, it's called 22 Things, and basically, Finn got eaten by a Demogorgon. It was really cool. It's basically a Stranger Things parody. And basically, the episode starts off Finn cooking burgers, and it's sometime for him, got eaten, and Bob Levin got really worried, where's it gone? Because he's gonna check up the poor lad because, well, first of all, the good mates, good best friends, and he called, there's no answer, went to voicemail, made Bob 11 scared, and he made him terrified. He made him scarred for life, literally scarred for life. So, yes, and if you're wondering how I made that episode, well, some things are true, but I can't make vehicles really well. The bike scene is, a bit jittery, a bit miss and match, a bit jittery, but me using Flipperclip, over time I learned its art skills and how animation tricks work. Over time, I develop, a sense of skill, a sense of animation skill, over time. And it's pretty good over time. I did learn how to use it, but when I do learn how to use it really good, it's imagine you want to draw animation on a piece of paper, but you don't know where to start, and you get your sticky notes in your parents' office. And your dad told you not to go in there because of important businessman stuff is in there, and you made a flip note. That's what Flipperclip is all about, making Flipper animations. But me, I made Cartoon Network animations to the next level. I made Nickelodeon cry. I made Cartoon Network bleed out of the blood out of her eyes. My animation was good, but 22 wasn't really meant to be called 22. It was meant to be called, well, 20. No, just kidding. 22 wasn't even meant to be called 22. It's meant to be called The Amazing World of Steven Universe. As fun, special, episode, like fan cartoon with me drawing like Serena's characters, but I realised I can't draw really good, so yeah. And 22 wasn't like Finn looking at McDonald's. Basically, it's a bit like Futurama at the time. Anton was making it. Finn basically hates this life, hates this life, hates this life. So he found a traveling time machine, and he found a super duper cowboy turning houses as everybody's dream. And he picked his job is McDonald's, and he hates it. He hates McDonald's, and back then he wasn't called Finn. He was called Max. He didn't have the name Finn. That could be the other story, but he didn't was called Max back then. He was called actually called Henry, but actually no, that's a lie. He wasn't even called Henry. Let me just think. Oh my god, it was called back then Billy. He was called Billy back then, and he wasn't called Finn or Max. He was called Billy. So Finn had a design thing, and Dr. Max and Bob 11 wasn't even invented back then. There wasn't even characters, and the animation came out in 2023. So the idea pops into my head since 2023. So Bob 11, right, and Dr. Max never existed. It was crazy. Like Bob 11 and Dr. Max didn't exist in Seoul till late 2025. Stay tuned to another episode of Behind the Scenes of me making 22. Now, see ya to another podcast on the John again. I'm your host, John Middleton, and see ya.